Welcome to C-Suite at the Open. I'm Caroline Hunter, Head of Company Services based in Toronto. Joining us today is Dr. Andrew Benedek, Chair and Chief Executive Officer at Anaergia Inc. Anaergia trades on TSX under the ticker ANRG. Welcome, Andrew.
Thank you, Caroline.
Let's start with an overview. Anaergia provides solutions at significant scale to the global climate crisis. What can you tell us about these solutions?
Well, before I tell you about the solutions, please allow me to set the context for them. So first and foremost, we're dedicated to making a significant difference in climate change. As you know, climate change is accelerating, and the solutions that are there now are evolving and they're exciting, but I believe that we have a very significant role in solving the issue. Our challenge is to get to net zero by 2050. The solutions that people know about for climate change are things like electric automobiles, solar, wind, etc. And these will not get us to net zero. They can reduce our greenhouse gas emissions maybe by 40% if we're lucky. To make these products and everything else that we have, we need a fuel. The fuel that people look to and hoping that they'll come to the table and be there at a low enough cost to help us is hydrogen. And hydrogen is looking really exciting and it will help. But even with hydrogen, we will not get to net zero. The beauty of what we are working on, it's called renewable natural gas, is that this is actually what's called a carbon negative fuel. This means that if we burn that fuel, we're improving the atmosphere. The reason for that is that by converting something to a fuel that was going to be really detrimental, like methane that escapes from rotting waste, for example, if we convert that to fuel, that helps the atmosphere, even when it's burnt. So that's the whole purpose of our company, is to create carbon negative fuel at scale and in many places, as many as possible, because we have to rush. But carbon negative fuel, being RNG, requires the capability of integrating a great many pieces of technology that we have developed over the years. And today we have created the world's leading company to supply carbon negative fuel at scale all over the world. And we protect these pieces of technology by something like 230 patents.
Well, thank you for setting the stage there. And you've positioned Anaergia for growth. So can you outline some of those growth opportunities?
Well, I'm not the only one who recognizes the importance of RNG. Many countries have passed incentives or compliance requirements to make these kinds of plants go. And it's increasing exponentially right now. So being the world leader in this space and being positioned worldwide gives us many opportunities. We're, for example, in North America, we're very strong in California. We have 8 references already. There's another 160 plants required. One of these 8 references is the largest in America, maybe the world. In Europe, every single Western country has passed incentives for creating RNG. Our biggest strength is in Italy, where we have been there a long time. And just in the last few months, we've signed nearly 10 different plants for RNG coming up in the future, and it goes right across Western Europe. In Asia, we have a wonderful but relatively modest office. Most of our revenue comes from either Europe or America, but the Asian office will one day be perhaps the largest in our midst because it has the largest population, and carbon is carbon. Wherever we can remove it from the atmosphere, that's what we want to do. Africa is a fast-growing continent. We also have a base there, and we've been doing projects and we'll be accelerating that, but that's probably the fourth region of the world.
It sounds like you're tapping into some pretty exciting opportunities there. Finally, can you summarize for our viewers and the investment community, what is Anaergia's unique value proposition?
We basically, as I mentioned already, first of all, we're the largest, most experienced player, and we're able to handle any kind of waste and convert it to RNG. The biggest source of waste is in fact mixed solid waste, not separated like we do in Toronto, but mixed, because most places in the world don't separate, and it's very expensive to separate. Not for the people that do it, it's a pain in the butt there perhaps, but for the municipalities it's expensive, and tax-wise it's expensive. So almost everybody in America does not separate. So we have a unique technology where we can take mixed waste and do the separation in a plant much more efficiently. When you look at separating, you only get typically 25% at most of the organics that's thrown into waste. Using our machinery, we can get up to 90% of the organics, and that's a huge difference. And we can tap into very large volumes of waste. Of course, we have many other unique things. We can use existing infrastructure that no one else can use at wastewater plants. We can also access markets that very few people can because they're not global like we are. So, and then ultimately, we can do either building a plant for a municipality, or we can own and operate it. So we have the flexibility, in part thanks to the public issue.
Well, Andrew, thank you for highlighting everything that Anaergia is doing to help combat the global climate crisis. We're looking forward to hearing more from Anaergia in the future.
Thank you very much. I hope only good things.